We back live. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We starting the week nice and clean. Back to our regular Monday through Friday schedule too. 6 a.m. every morning. We here. Don't forget that link in the description for the Spotify folks. And I'm gonna jump here real quick too before I even get into my topics that's in the title. Daylight, what you text me, man? Daylight is shit. You on the other coast, so it's super early for you. But Daylight knows that we here bright and early. He just texted me something new that he got going on. I don't want to play this in case this is music. Daylight, Backpack official music video. Oh, he just dropped a new video. Ooh, is he dissing anybody in here? Daylight, you got anything crazy going on? Any original comments? Early comments here? Everybody's saying fire. Visuals matter. So he's got some dope visuals going on. Okay, I'm going to play this once the stream is over. Daylight, I'm gonna text you as well just to make sure that your channel clears people on playing music. But shout out to Daylight, man. Okay, we got some stuff to discuss today. We got Lil Durk. He called into Akademiks. We want to check his mentality, check his mind state, see what he got going on, see what he's willing to say on these Fed calls. We're so used to people calling home talking reckless, right? The loose cannons and the brick babies and people indicting themselves on these phone calls. But Lil Durk, despite what got him there in the first place, he's normally pretty smart, right? As far as the way that he carries himself. So we're gonna see what they're talking about. We got a quick Diddy topic that we need to speak about. What is this forced procedure that the prosecutors are trying to bring into the trial? Forced procedure. All right, we'll get to it. I want to break down that topic. We got Brittany Renner. I saw the other day we were covering LeBron versus Kevin Gates, and when Brittany Renner came up, it seemed to be a lot of interest around Brittany Renner in the chat, and even some comments. I even saw some comments after the live was done of people defending Brittany Renner, and I was like, that's interesting. Okay, cool. We'll bring her into the news cycle then. So she's got some public headlines that she's made of resurfaced video of her speaking on dating Muslim men, and we know that her newfound faith being a Muslim. So we're gonna check that out. And I also got a video clip to bring up of Brittany to complement that conversation going forward. Happens to be her on Club Shay Shay. Who would have thought? What else do I got? And you see Kendrick Lamar in the title, and you see him in the thumbnail as well. Kendrick versus Kanye, something I'm personally waiting for. Something I hope happens. I mean, if Lil Wayne could catch a stray from Kendrick on the GNX album, Kanye could definitely catch a bullet. All right, from all the shenanigans that he's been doing. So we'll see what happens with that, but we'll get there. All right, let's kick this off with the Akademiks and Lil Durk phone call, and let's see what they're talking about.
Yo,
what's up, bro?
Merk, what's cracking with you, my brother?
Chilling, what you got going?
Man, I've been chilling, man. We missed the fuck out of you out here, bro. How you been?
I've been good, man. Mentally, spiritually. I've been on top of my shit. I'll be back out there, you hear me?
Man, we can't wait, bro. We've been praying for you.
Oh, thank you. I need all the prayers. I appreciate you. I was telling him, I was like, I thought he told you I didn't want to talk to you. I'm like, no, I ain't said that. I just haven't been calling nobody like that.
Yeah, nah, man. Listen. We all understand.
I'm going to mute mine, put it on yours so that they can hear it. The audio is better on your end.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so
unmute your mic on the live.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, Smirk, man, 100%. I don't know why that's happening. Yeah, Smirk.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, the whole hip hop waiting for you, man. I think we miss your presence. I know we locked in, and I seen what type of spiritual journey you was on. So like, I'm hoping you keep that up, man.
Yeah, ain't nothing changed, bro. I just been focused on life, my family and stuff like that. I'm trying to learn how to speak Arabic again.
Wait, how you learn that? Like, how do you get to learn that? They got classes?
You said, I can't hear you.
Do they got classes for that? Or you just...
No, it's a couple guys here that know how to speak Arabic fluently. So I'm just learning the different words and tighten up my Arabic, just getting my knowledge together for real. I ain't really on too much of nothing, bro. I don't even be thinking about the outside.
Really? Man,
yeah,
I see your father, like, he was speaking about you, and it brought me back to the conversation we had. man, I see where you get it from, man. Like, your father's a stand-up dude.
Yeah, that's my wisdom right there. He be on point. Love him to death. What you been working on? What you got going?
Man, just hip hop is hip hop. Just did like some Kanye interview not too long ago, but man, this shit boring out here without you, bro.
Yeah, I'm really, I got a lot of stuff going on, bro. I ain't really too much focused on too much stuff that is like negative no more. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you on that. We was bumping your album over here. How is even releasing that from where you at right now? Cause your fans love you.
Honestly, bro, I ain't heard it.
Really?
Nah, they were telling me about the few songs, and they'd tell me to call back. I wouldn't call them back like that. But they was keeping me updated. But I ain't heard nothing. This is like a box of hell. We don't get no news, no talk, no nothing. If you don't call or somebody send it to you on the computer, it's a wrap.
Yeah. I remember. Who reached out to me? Diddy Lowe hit me. It was just like, yo, send me an email. I'm gonna give it a smirk. And I was like, yo, definitely. I just wanted to kind of see like if you were in good spirits. So that's why I'm glad you on here now.
Yeah, I'm always in good spirits, bro. I be in my box. I don't really too much be talking to everybody or trying to be like in everybody's business or have everybody in my business. I really just been chilling, but I always send my.
This call is from a federal prison.
I always send my love out to everybody who who I fuck with and who I be talking to and rocking with. But other than that, I just read to myself.
How the fam been?
The family?
Yeah.
My family good. I talk to them. It's the only people I talk to is just the family and my lawyer for real. Just keep my spirits up, keep my energy pure.
How's your relationship with your family now that you in there? Is it closer?
Huh? What you mean?
Like, are you closer with your family as far as your relationship? Being up in there talking to them every day.
I don't get what you're saying. You saying like as I'm close to my family?
Yeah, like now with all that's going on, has it brought you guys closer?
I always been close to my family. I'm a family man.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Yeah, Smurf. I've been, man. I know y'all was just wondering about your mental, man. I just saw you on this journey, and I seen how like even there's a few times you hit me up and you were just like, yo, Ak, I'm just checking on you. That meant a lot to me. It wasn't even like nothing crazy going on, but you were just like, yo, Ak, I'm just trying to make sure you're good. I'm checking up on you. That told me a lot about your character and like really just you were in a really positive space, man. And
yeah, ain't nothing changed. I just don't be ain't no follow, bro. I ain't just too much in tune with the industry drama and all that shit. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I don't care who don't like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Vice versa.
That's what's up.
You still talk to me if they don't like me. It don't matter. But I ain't really been too much focused on that type of shit anyway.
What's a regular day like? Because I know you getting in touch with your spirituality, your religion, and everything, but like everybody's wondering, like, man, I wonder what he's going through on a daily.
So I talk to my family, to my wife, 24/7. We be in this prayer, learning Arabic. I've been in these books heavy, just read up on the history and just everything. I don't really be walking around talking and playing and doing none of that. We'll play basketball, but I always try to stay focused and busy. That's why I don't really talk to the outside like outside of the family, because I don't want to hear all the extra shit, the bullshit, the drama, the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just really just stay in the learning mode.
Hey, I know you cooking them niggas and balling there, man. I know you was nice. You was nice out here. Don't tell me you lost the skills on you now. I know you cooking.
I'm like 50 and 4.
What y'all running? 1v1s, 2v2s? Like 5v5s?
2v2s. No, 2v2s. I'm done. You hear me? My ankles gave out.
Oh, nah.
Nah, they ain't give out. I'm done though. 50 and 2. That's cool. You hear me? Like 50 and 4, man.
Nah, yo, Spur, they probably just letting you win, bro. Like, ain't no way you cooking like that. Chill.
Nah, it's good good energy in here. You know, ain't too much nothing going on. If you ain't playing basketball,
We got a minute left. So if there's anything you want to say, you have a lot of young fans that look up to you. Is there something you want to tell them?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Allah Akbar.
Yo, Smirk. Yo, listen, we love you, brother. You just stay strong. We rooting for you. We hoping you get through this, man. And we can't wait till I can't wait till you get out. We gonna lock back in. You feel me?
Yeah, you know that. I got you, buddy.
Always.
So shout out to Lil Durk, man. That is the way you should call home if you know it's going to be a call that goes public. Meaning that if you talk to a media platform or a blogger or a streamer and you're going to call into them, you know it's going to be recorded. You know it's going to be content. You know it's going to go all over the place. Everybody's going to pick it up. That's how you talk. Now, the girl that's next to Akademiks, the only recognition I got of her, I think that might be Loose Cannon's wife. If so, I understand her being there. Loose Cannon has been content for Akademiks, of course, and she's doing content as well. When he calls into her and he calls home, she posts the audio. Loose Cannon, though, doesn't speak the way that Lil Durk does. Loose Cannon speaks extremely incriminating. He says a lot of things that he probably shouldn't be saying, but I understand why she's uploading those calls or whatever, because they're running YouTube. You know, they're trying to support his situation and support their family. So I understand why she's doing content with Loose Cannon while he's in jail. It's just, what type of content is it? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Lil Durk. Shout out to our members. The feedback, one of our members, I seen you put up here, Durk being in jail as a millionaire shows he's a goofy. It depends on what our definition of a goofy is. There's a lot of millionaires in jail. I think he made a big mistake. I think he got tricked out of his spot. I think the whole pressure of being where he's from, the people that he's around, the life that he's lived, the streets that he's from, you incorporate then the internet, the whole trolling that he got put under well, I don't want to say pressure as if it's like, you know, it's the internet's fault, but you know, the whole slide for Vaughn and everything. It's just, I think he tricked himself out of his freedom. You know, and it comes from his lifestyle and all the things that he's involved in or was involved in. He's one of the rappers that is in the mix for real about what he raps about, you know? So goofy, I don't know if I'll call him that. I would just say it was more so a lifestyle that he needed to fully remove himself from as a person that moved into that position. You know, faster, sooner, and he needed to get away and stay away. And allegedly he didn't. So, but shout out to the feedback on that. So overall, I think it's good to see his mind state. I think it's good to see once again he's being smart with his phone calls. There was a prior phone call that came out about him. I think he was on the phone with one of his homies or something, and the person put it out, and it didn't seem like the type of phone call where Lil Durk was speaking from a mind state of, I know that this is about to get picked up. Now, it wasn't all super loose cannon incriminating and everything, but it seemed more so like, I don't think that this is one of those that's going to go to the internet. And he needs to stay private like that, because even people close to him, people will clout chase off of him. People will post things that he doesn't know is going to be posted that can hurt him. They think that, hey, look, everybody, I spoke to Lil Durk. Ha, ha, ha. Cool. I'm cool too. And he's saying some shit in there that maybe his lawyer don't want put out. You know, so when he does speak to people on the phone, I get it. Yeah, keep it to your family and keep it to your lawyer. You're Lil Durk at the end of the day. You're super fucking famous, man. Everybody's watching everything you say. Calculated phone calls, calculated moves. Stay close to people that have your 1000% best intentions, your family, which is why he was thrown off when she asked that question. Does that make you close? He's like, I've been a family movie. I don't understand the question. You gotta tell her I don't understand the question because you asked me about, am I close to my family? Put Akademiks back on the phone. But dope update. You know, he's got is it a couple weeks out where he's going to go to court to see if his bond will be approved. The reconsideration for his bond was approved. Him going at the grand jury being tainted based on the evidence that him and his engineers and whatnot have presented. So I think he has a solid chance. I see the titles going around. Lil Durk is about to get out on bond. If you're a huge Lil Durk fan, I don't think that you tell yourself that. I think that you say that he's got a solid chance based on what was presented and based on them accepting him now coming and presenting his case for that. So, I don't know. I know if I get a bond, then if it's not a money issue, if I'm financially set, I want my trial pushed out as far as possible. That's what R. Kelly did. R. Kelly was out on bond, and he fought his case. It feels like for years, like that child case and the child pornography case or whatever, because there was video footage of him and an alleged little girl, right? People forget R. Kelly had that over his head, and he was coming out becoming a bigger artist. People were still featuring with him. People were doing songs with him still. He was still doing shows. His fan support was still through the roof. He was still R. Kelly. Some would say he became a bigger, or he was already a big deal, but he took another jump in his career while he was out on bond, right? So if money is an issue, you want your trial to come up fast, okay? Try to get this over with, and because you're keeping up with lawyer fees and all types of stuff. If money is not an issue, especially if you're out on bond and you're able to move around, like you get certain conditions where you can still go work, right? And you're not just stricken to your crib like Meek Mill was for a little bit back in his Dirty Braid days and all that, when he was in the apartment freestyling with Cassidy and Skeeter and all that. Remember them days? He's stuck in that little crib, ankle monitored up. But if you get a bond and the conditions can be like, I'm working, I want to still go do shows. I don't know if, of course, going to go that far, but if you can still earn, and Lil Durk, I think he can earn in ways regardless, even if he has limited conditions and he gets a bond. But anyway, then you want to push it out as far as possible. Your team gets a chance to do more work. Maybe get a chance to do some community service, change your public perception, because time heals a couple wounds out there as far as how the jury might look at you. That's what I would do if I get a bond and I got money like that. Push this shit out. Go do what R. Kelly did. And look what happened. By the time he went back to trial or got to trial, not guilty verdicts, right? And the whole world thinks he's guilty. R. Kelly, OJ, them some people that people just look at like, hey, you caught a break, right? Right? You caught a break and you still didn't sit down. You still went and got in trouble still. But all right, so that's the Durk update. Let's move to Diddy. What is this with Diddy? I know people like Boosie hate this right here. Boosie's like, what? Hold on, we finna start getting indicted for flying women out? All right, so Diddy prosecutors claim he may have forced alleged victim to undergo medical procedure. Diddy may have forced one of the alleged victims in the federal case to undergo a medical procedure. At least that's what prosecutors are claiming. The rap mogul sat in a New York courtroom Friday when the question of how to handle certain evidence the prosecution plans to present regarding an unknown medical procedure that came up. Okay, a federal prosecutor told the judge these alleged procedures go directly to the degree of control Diddy had over her. So, all right, so it's a woman, this particular victim. Okay, I don't know if it's Cassie, but consent to specific sexual acts. It's relevant to these questions on coercion. You see what I mean? We at 55% still. He's going to get off. I haven't moved it to 60 yet officially, but I'm at 55% because this is bullshit to me. I don't like Diddy as a person. I think he's a nasty human being. He's probably guilty of allegedly of some of the stuff that they initially brought him in for. But as far as what he's about to walk in and fight, this is bullshit. Medical procedure. Somebody tried to convince me that this medical procedure ain't, some ass injections, somebody getting a BBL or some titties or maybe their nose done or their cheeks lifted or some shit like that. I mean, what the fuck else are we talking about when we talk about medical procedure? Okay? You want to make it's 2025, prosecutors. Do the prosecutors understand what's going on out there in the world? BBLs and all that. Some of these women killing them, let alone having a Diddy to send you to Dr. Miami or some of the best surgeons to actually hook you up for what most of y'all want anyway. When I say y'all, I don't mean the average woman. Yeah, I'm just saying the women that fit this bill. Okay. But let alone that, like They're doing it to themselves. Some of these people are going to the little basement surgeons around the corner. They're not even licensed, and they're dropping wet cement in your ass. And these people are ending up on a second operation table to get this shit removed. And people are dying behind it. There's people that's in jail behind doing these BBLs and surgeries and whatnot, and they're not licensed and they're killing people. They're in jail for murder. You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean medical procedure? Like, if you can't tell me what medical procedure it is, we're gonna assume 95% plus it's some BBL, some cosmetic, physical attractive enhancement type of shit. And that's the world that we live in. And before this whole BBL era and the twerk era, prior to that, Hollywood was already on fire for that. You know what I'm saying? The fake titties go all the way back to the 90s and all that. And Hollywood and Cali, like that's the climate. Now it's rapped about. Lil Durk, speaking of Lil Durk, he got lyrics, give me them titties back, bitch. Like I'll buy a bitch some titties, buy a bitch an ass. Once again, it's the new heels and purse for some women. Look at the girl that's texting Shannon Sharp. What, $10,000, $25,000 per cheek? Didn't those text messages just come out? Does a prosecutor understand if you walk into court and you try to get at Diddy for coercion or the type of stuff with this victim, whoever it is, that he bought our ass, how that's going to play? We're going to look at it and we're going to say, end? You know what I'm saying? If he didn't buy it, she's going to try to buy it herself around the corner in the basement. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. You want me to make something up of a medical procedure that you got to tell me about to make me feel like, oh, wow. It's like, I don't know. He carved the fucking, he sliced her fucking rib, her side or some shit to stuff coke in it to traffic drugs or some shit. Turned her into a kangaroo or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we dealing with here? Medical procedure. I need that divulged, and I know that's going to be some physical enhancement. We know it's going to be some cosmetic type of shit. As much as I'm not into fake women, you know what I'm saying? I don't do the BBL and fake titties. I never liked them. Even before the BBLs was a thing and got popular all the way back in the day, I hated fake titties. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like the way they look. That's just my personally. You know what I'm saying? And then the girls, they're taking it a step further with the whole BBL shit. They're trying to complement their ass leg ratio, because some of these women's out here looking like ants. Right. So now they got to inject their upper thighs, and you know what I'm saying? Or they're trying to. Fellas, it's not coincidence that you see 95% of these people with BBLs with tattoos around their hips and around their ass area. They're covering up the injection marks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. Do what you do. Like, I'm not ragging on the women. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, it's so common. The tattoos, the gym memberships, they all go relevant with the BBLs and the procedures that we're seeing. You thought that all these people all of a sudden just want to be healthy? No. You still even got to work out with some of these enhancements and shit. And then you got a whole nother wave of people that's in these gyms to try to act like that's how they got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this was built in the gym. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the other fact of people that's in these gyms, flooding these gyms now, because this ass goes hand in hand with why I got it in the first place, which is the clout and the social media and the posting and me getting on my gram and getting hundreds of thousands of followers now because I got this ass on me. You know, we're gonna get to Brittany. This is all gonna tie in. You know, so I don't like this. This is corny. I don't have to like you or dislike you to keep it real. Y'all know me by now. That right there is bullshit. When I saw that one, and there's a lot of updates we've ignored to Diddy's accusations. It's the case updates I care more about. The civil stuff that's happening on the side, a mile a minute every day where he gets a new lawsuit. I'm at a point I'm numb to it. I don't pay attention to my. It's got to be something that really grabs my attention. Other than that, we haven't been breaking those down. It's his trial related charges. This freako that he's facing. What's going to be tied to this Cassie case? And that right there, that's bullshit. Medical enhancements. All right. Brittany. Y'all, Brittany, bundle of joy. Since some of y'all up here want to defend Brittany. And let me start here. Me now seeing the interest that some of you guys have in Brittany and bringing Brittany Renner into our news cycle. Let me start by saying, um, we're not gonna just be attacking Brittany. Like, she's not Kanye to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have Brittany Renner on my podcast at all, you know, topic wise, and I'd be totally fine with what we cover and the interesting topics that we go over. I don't need her at all. I see that she's interesting to y'all. She does move around. She does have a big following, and some of the stuff that she does or that she's involved with could be overall bigger pictures for us. So this is not a hate. I don't have there's one person on this channel that, yes, it's relevant topics fitting of what we do here, but at the same time, I admit I do have a personal dislike for this person, and I just be honest. And we know who that is. That's one person. Anybody else, I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be judgmental. All right. So I ain't on Brittany's heels, y'all. All right. So don't get mad. The Brittany defenders in the chat. But so here's the recent headline from her. Woo. Social media drags Brittany Renner after resurfaced video shows her explaining why she's avoiding dating Muslim men. Okay. A resurfaced video of Brittany Renner has the internet going off. In the clip, Renner talks about her love life since becoming Muslim. But the part that has the social media streets talking is when she reveals that several married Muslim men slid into her DMs ever since she publicly opened up about her religious journey. Okay. I'm not surprised at all at that. For context, the video of Brittany Renner is from February of this year. In the clip, Renner tells her Instagram followers that she hasn't gone on a date since converting to Islam. But when she mentions the Muslim men who popped up in her DMs, she says she's basically turned her back on them because she doesn't want to be involved with a man who's juggling multiple women. Okay. I didn't come this far to be one of several. So let's be very crystal clear on that. Brittany explained. Let's go to the video. I'm pretty sure it's here. Oh, here it is. Okay. My bad. Oops. There we go. What the hell? Hold on, y'all. My bad. Let me I gotta bring that one up there for y'all. Hold on. It launched a new window, so I got y'all. I'll just bring that up. The window that it launched instead. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. Let's start it from the top.
Since I've been Muslim. Now, there have been plenty of married Muslim men in my DMs, and just because it's permissible does not mean I have to sign up for it. I didn't come this far to be one of several, so let's be very crystal clear on that. When you go without sex for an extended amount of time, and you are honoring yourself in a way that you never have before, you really start to see where people are leaking their energy, where they lack discipline. And there's nothing more unattractive than someone who lacks discipline. I like my men disciplined and a little militant. So when you don't choose you, there could never be an us. A lot of men think I need more of something to feel more. Baby, you need to go deeper. The only thing that can quench lust is love.
Yeah, you fucked up there. I do want to answer that. Why not? The only thing that can quench lust is love. It's that's so incorrect. Here's the thing about Brittany Renner, and why she amassed such a big following. She's one of a billion. There's a lot of attractive women on Instagram, but one of the differences between Brittany Renner and so many other attractive women that are on Instagram and develop these social media followings, and then next thing you know, they're next to your favorite celebrity or athlete or doing podcasts and shows and whatnot, is because she's very charismatic. She's very charismatic, and she has a lot of personality. You constitute that with somebody that's going to be very outspoken, and then another layer to taking her her following through the roof is she's willing to talk about her experiences with people that we follow and that we know, and some that we love. Your favorite basketball players and football players, and so it's a very gossipy internet. That's how messy the social media world is. People want to know who you're fucking and who you this and that, and she's gonna be superhead with it. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, and when I say superhead, I mean Corinne Steffens, the person that what do we really know or care about her name other than Jada Kiss is gonna rap about her and Lil Wayne's gonna date her and she's gonna write a book and saying I'm gonna expose this person, that person, that person. Superhead did it, and Superhead taught a lot of women the benefits of being public with your relationships that are tied to celebrities. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of it, maybe millions of dollars. You can birth a career off of it. And getting back to Brittany now, here's the thing about Brittany and her newfound Muslim faith. Like, I don't disrespect people's religion or religious beliefs or choices or whatnot. It's not about that, right? When I saw comments the other day saying, you know what? Let's go to these comments and then I'll tell you about my take on her Muslim choices or faith. Let me go back to the small screen. Okay. Social media weighed in on that video that we just saw. So we see stuff like this. All they do is play with her religion, laughing emojis. She a content creator in a robe. That's it. That's disrespectful as shit. You're one of several, though, talking about Kevin Gates. Girl, you're dating Kevin. You're not gonna be the only one ever. So turning Muslim is the new trend to unhole yourself, but you can be with a married man while he's unmarried, in quotes, because Islam allows it. Nice, LOL. Gates ain't been whining and dining you? Question mark. Right message, wrong messenger. Y'all act like people can't change. People change every day. She is allowed to change. That is the first comment that I saw that's kind of sticking up for her. Yet here you are sharing a married man, laughing emoji. So now getting back to her choice of faith now. I believe this went public, like, let's say February, of her turning into a Muslim. And we'll get into the Shay Shay clip in a second. Here's my thing. And it's not just about Brittany Renner. I take this position across the board. You saw the comment that said turning Muslim is the new way to unhole yourself. I don't know if that's a trend that's being a public perception right now out there. But I don't believe in you being able to easily undo when you've done a lot. Okay? For example, if news headlines break tomorrow, ARP went to the supermarket this afternoon, got into a physical altercation, beat the shit out of somebody. Let's say a woman. Or I'll use a woman, make it a little bit more extreme. He slapped the shit out of some woman for cutting him online at the supermarket, and now he's charged with assault. All right. So now some of y'all are gonna have a big issue with me behind that, and should. Some of y'all are gonna be like, all right, well, let me get your explanation. You don't have this history to you. Maybe you deserve a second chance. Let's hear you out. Let's see how you handle it. Let's see how the case goes. And that's a okay position to take as well, based on how you perceive things. You're going to do your own homework. You're going to listen to me. You're going to try to see if you can listen to the victim. You're going to paint your own picture. You're going to make a decision. Okay. That's the one occurrence you've ever heard of that. If that happened today, one occurrence. Okay. Now, if I get that second chance, I probably deserve it, especially if you can believe that the conditions of that, I fucked up. I made a big mistake. She actually rammed her shopping cart into me, and I just flipped off, and I was like, I don't care who it is, man, woman, right? You might give me a second chance. Now, if I got a history of going around slapping women for the last 10 years, and resurfaced footage, resurfaced lawsuit that comes up, like, look what just happened to Shannon, then you guys gotta look at me different. and be like, no, you's a serial supermarket slapper. Like, no, you don't deserve a break. And even if you are going to get a break, you don't get a break that fast. I don't get to say I'm a serial supermarket slapper, and then I put the Muslim garb on or robe on, and instantly I expect everybody to give me a pass or clean up my past. It doesn't work that way. Brittany Renner has done so much. Her reputation is notorious, for lack of better words. Her reputation is notorious. She is another wave of allegedly a superhead. We played it the other day. She's got videos of saying, who's your favorite football team? Whichever athlete I'm fucking at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is her. That's what she's presented for years. She's got literally after she delivered her child, what people feel it was a trap move with a little young kid that Bow Wow's clowning these athletes for. We played this the other day. After having a kid, she still got videos like, I'll paraphrase, but it's damn near like, okay, I'm ready to trap my next one. You know, Brittany Renner's charisma, her ability to speak, she draws in a lot of these tricks and these people that are just caught up in the attraction and her personality, and you can get got. I'm pretty sure her DMs are full, but she to me is an actor. She's a great actor. She's a chameleon. She is Mystique from X-Men. She could fit the bill of the opportunity in front of her. If you need a smut, I'm going to be that. If you need me to be classy, I'm going to be that. If you need me to be Muslim, no disrespect, allegedly, I'm going to be that. That's my perception of her. If you want that to be undone with somebody like me, given her deep track record of showing us who she is, you got to show me years of reform. Years, literally. You can't have years and years and years of exposing these men, doing what they put her next to 6ix9ine and this rapper and this athlete and this football player and this basketball player and this person and that person. And you want me to undo that because February you came out and you said I'm Muslim now. Now, if you are that person, once again, I got some air to sell you. I got some water at the sea to sell you. I got some sand at the beach to sell you. We call people like that gullible. And those are the type of men that could be told anything from Brittany. Oh, what, him? She'll get on an interview and say, I shit you not. I don't talk about because I've already dated niggas with more money than you, and I don't want you to feel. But she's still gonna be with a guy and make him feel like he's the richest that she's been with, or he fucks her the best that she's slept with. You know, or he sends her through the roof, or got her on cloud 9. She adapts. I feel like this is her latest and greatest adaptation. Okay. And if it's really, really genuine, I'm not gullible. You need years to show me that this is the new evolution of you, and you deserve to be looked at like that. Anything less than that, based on her deep resume of dirt and shenanigans on the internet, you would just be assuming that I'm gullible, and I'm not. I'll let you sit there and tell me, hey, I'm reformed. I'm going to say, that's what's up. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to walk away and I'm going to say, you ain't getting me. You got to go do that act and get somebody else like a Kevin Gates. All right. Let's bring up, I'm going to leave the Shannon clip alone now, to be honest. Really what it was about was when Brittany Renner, she did an Instagram post saying that she slept with 3 men in one day. And Shannon started to question her about that, and she was just justifying it, whatever. But that's such a small example of who she is. She's got a million of those examples spreading across the years. So I don't need it. I made my own point. It's cool. Shedeur Sanders. Quick update here. Since we covered him yesterday, we will continue to follow, especially rookie moments that he has in the upcoming NFL season, because not just about his play. You know, I don't really do too much sports coverage here. You guys see that, but I want to follow this as a story to see if anything changes around him that makes people feel like, oh yeah, so what happened during the draft? It wasn't collusion. Oh, what happened during the NFL draft? It was collusion. You know what I'm saying? So I want to follow that. But Shedeur Sanders quits rap career after NFL draft drama. Okay, so this broke yesterday. Shedeur Sanders dropped his rap career after being drafted by the Cleveland Browns, declaring, "I just want a ball, bro," during his live stream draft or his draft live stream. Shedeur Sanders ended his brief rap career and pledged to focus on the NFL after being drafted by the Cleveland Browns in the 5th round of the 2025 draft. Shedeur Sanders, once projected as the top 3 pick, fell to number 144 overall, a stunning drop that fueled heated debates and drove a 40% spike in day 2 draft viewership compared to last year, according to ESPN. So ESPN won. They won behind it. Controversy sells. So they got to the point where they was like, all right, he didn't get drafted round 1. This is becoming a hot topic. Everybody tuned in round 2 to see where he was going to go and if he was going to go. Makes sense. Numbers jumped. Numbers spiked. Shout out to ESPN, man. The top owners and all that, they always, good or bad, they catch the check off of it. That's just how it goes. I don't know if this is him from being humbled. It's possible. It's possible. Because if he was rapping for 20 years and realized that the NFL is really my goal, and then he stopped, like he got like 1 song out, you know, like he just became a rapper yesterday and already he quit. So it could have been a I'm humbled thing, but to be fair, it could also be I made it to the NFL. I'm one of a billion. I made it here. Like I gotta focus up and put all this other stuff down. That would be the mature thing. Not saying that you can't do both. Damian Lillard put out music on an album, right? He was kind of certified by that time, though, right? Did AI ever put some music out? Shaq put albums out, but Shaq was Shaq by then as well. There's a bunch of athletes and football players and basketball players that delved into music. You know, rappers say it all the time, and they kind of have been proven right over history that these athletes want to be rappers. You know, they want to dress like them, look like them. They want to carry the style of the rappers. Sometimes they actually want to rap, but you don't see the rappers trying to play sports. Like you don't see Nas say like, "Yo, I'm gonna try out for." The only person I remember us seeing that is Master P. Right, Master P is probably the only one that was just like, "Man, I'm gonna get my ass in the NBA." But he's the ultimate hustler. He could play a little bit, but he's just historically, he's one of the best hustlers of all time, Master P. So him trying out for basketball and all that makes sense. All right, but now this is good, man. I hope the whole situation behind the draft. I'm pretty sure he and his father know way more than we do. I hope that it made him look around and make certain decisions to put himself in the best spot. All right. Because collusion seems like a high possibility. People purposefully humbling you or attempting to seems like a high possibility. If you have any arrogance or outlandish, no, fuck the combine, I ain't showing up, practice, I don't got to practice. You is not AI yet. You is not a made man yet. Turn all them volumes down if that is you. And now it's time to start showing up to these training camps, showing up around your peers, showing the staff, the owners, the coaches that you are talented, you are honored, you are humbled, and you are a hard worker. You know, the NFL life expectancy for per career ain't that long, right? It's less than 10 years, right? So he's a kid still, you know. So let's say hypothetically, if he falls within that range, let's Google it real quick. I don't got to rush it. Let's Google it. What is the average length of an NFL career? Oh shit, I said 10. I am tripping. The average length of an NFL career is about 3.3 years. While some players have long, successful careers, most players are only active for a few seasons due to factors like injury, the demanding nature of the sport, the high turnover rate within the league. Yeah, the turnover rate and 3.3. The NFL, I remember hearing numbers that was like real low, and it's always stuck with me like, damn, son. I mean, the NBA is a little bit better. The NFL, the average is 3.3. Go ahead and choose the NFL as your career and think that you're going to be the next Tom Brady, right? These are 1 in a billion scenarios. So you make it to the big stage, you make it to the league, you get your remember your first contract is the Obviously, the lowest one. It's working on that re-up is when people start to see this big money. But you come into these situations, some of these people, let's Google it again. What's the average? What is the average NFL player rookie salary? That's it. The average NFL rookie salary varies significantly based on draft position. And this fucking guy went in the 5th round. I'm pretty sure we could probably Google what his contract is, but I won't. Ranging from around 300,000 for the last pick in the 7th round over 12 million for the 1st round pick. But here's the thing about even 12 million. See, I'm one of those guys that fully supports and believes and knows and have seen and has even been there myself how fast money can go. You got to, when we were kids, it's just that round big number that sticks in our mind of, man, I just want to make $1 million. I want to hit the lottery for $1 million, $1 million, $1 million. That number just holds a rank. It's a mental thing. It's really a mental thing. Just like 1 million views. If you had a battle rap video, people want to get to 1 million. It's the number. It's a mental thing, y'all. And $1 million, I promise you, it's not even about today's society. It's not even about today's economy. Obviously those play huge factors, but if you think $1 million goes all the way to the heavens and back, then you definitely haven't made a significant amount of money. And that's cool because you understand you have to be in certain brackets and operate within them to look at the dollar a little bit differently. What do I mean by that? I mean, the person that makes $50,000 a year, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? Money is money. Shit. A lot of people would kill for $50,000 a year. But the person that makes $50,000 a year, you think he randomly just walks to the mall and does shopping sprees? Can't afford it. You literally can't do it. You think he buys lavish gifts, takes random trips, can just do like, let's say what's the when you impulse, can he do impulse buys? You know what I'm saying? Can he just say, you know what, I already got the 2000 Mercedes, but I like the way that 2024 or 2025 model. Hell no. $50,000 goes almost nowhere. Like you have to figure out your level of living, and everything goes towards taking care of yourself. And when you make $50,000 a year, I don't even know how much you're able to put away. You know, like something small. Let's use a water. If you own, it may be even tough to own at making $50,000 a year. But let's say you have a mortgage and you own, because when you lease, you can call a landlord. When you own, you can call yourself. Okay. If you make $50,000 and you own a property, if your water heater goes, your water heater cracks. You come home, is leaking water on the fucking floor. It's like, fuck, my water heater cracked. I need a new one. The service call within itself is probably a couple $100. The new water heater, depending on how big the house is, 50 gallon, 80 gallon, 100 gallon, whatever, the install, the maintenance, you can't go buy no old water. You got to buy the current day. You know what I'm saying? God forbid you can't afford the tankless shit. But just going regular water heater for the size of that house, it's going to run you a couple grand to take care of that situation. Right? And if you got $1,500 in the bank in your savings account, that's backbreaking to people. That's backbreaking. So if you make $50,000 a year, you might be thinking that $1 million is your saving grace. Let me tell you what it is when you have that bracket now. When you're in $1 million, you know, you might have a bigger house, you might have a nicer car, you might have more expenses, right? You deserve to stay within your bracket and give yourself and treat you. You only live once. So treat yourself to things that you feel help you and others, or better you and others. Some of that, for a lot of people, that could be a house. And it doesn't have to be about life talk, people. It doesn't have to be about, oh, I got a mansion now. It doesn't have to be about that. It could simply just be, I'm moving into a better neighborhood. Okay. Better neighborhoods, even if it's the same size house, better neighborhoods cost more. Right? Some of these counties, the taxes are higher. The property value is higher. Okay. That's the insurance then is going to go hand in hand with that. This all it's all plays hand in hand. You could say, I'm still gonna have a 2-bedroom, a nice little humble crib. I just want to move out the hood now. It costs you more. It costs you more. The move itself might cost $8,000. Closing fees on the house. If you're buying, closing fees alone is backbreaking. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. That $1 million, if you go into the NFL and you're that last round pick and you're making $300,000, you are still planning the rest of your life. You can't buy some of these cribs. What? In today's market, you know what $300,000 gets you in a nice neighborhood? Shit. All right. I'm just saying. So yeah, shout out to Shedeur Sanders, man. Yeah, leave rap alone. And then on top of that, he's balancing already his public reputation of him, and it's kind of looks like it's like, you know, the way he interviewed, didn't show up for the combine. Your father is part of it as well, and you know, you pop up with the big chain looking like Jalen Hurts and all that as the rookie. People automatically are just going to look at you like, that ain't you yet. You was a rookie. You didn't play one NFL game yet, regular season game yet. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts. We were saying this in the checks and balances chat. Like Jalen Hurts, when he gets up there, he's dancing like that. He just got himself a chip. He's a kid. So people looking at you like, it's just all public perception. Yeah, stepping away from rap right now, which you wasn't doing nothing in. I'd never heard your song. That's a good choice. Focus on the NFL. Focus, kid. Focus, 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 focus. Focus. Be the next Deion Sanders. How about that? There you go. Here's another. I said the last one was going to be quick, but we started talking some life shit. But here's a quick one. So the update of the last one was fast, but the actual of us building, you know, we spent some time here and there. So good. I hope this rumor is true. Getting back to Kendrick versus Ye. I really hope this is true.
I believe also, you know, the fact that he may have got wind that Jay-Z is considering selling Kendrick part of his old catalog might have pissed him off.
Selling part of Jay-Z's own catalog to Kendrick?
Part of Kanye. You know, Jay-Z owns some of it.
He wants to sell some of that to
He's considering selling, and Kendrick was thinking about was
so Kendrick's in the market for buying part of Kanye's catalog.
Yeah, his catalog. And I think he might have got wind of that.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, you know. So, but I mean, that's not on Kendrick.
But do you think?
You know what I'm saying? I mean, is that Kendrick's fault that somebody offering him?
No,
I don't think
that's not even like a personal thing. Like,
but I think now Kendrick just might take Jay-Z up on that deal, bro.
Yeah, that's a W.
I believe also, you know, the fact that he may have got wind that Jay-Z is considering.
So I wouldn't mind that being true, man. I really wouldn't. And Kanye would have earned it for himself. Well, let me be fair. Does Kanye? Well, it depends. It depends. So what happens is Kanye revealed himself in one of his rants when he was ranting about his masters. He revealed it. I don't know if it went over everybody's head, but he's just like, ask Jay-Z how much money he makes over me or off of me still. You revealed it. You know, that right there shows a pain point. Jim Jones shows that pain point as well. When he talks about, I think his past situation with Koch and them still having some of his masters and whatnot, and him trying to speak with lawyers and see if they can do anything about that. I mean, if they own your masters legally as part of the deals that you guys signed, sending lawyers, the only thing that your lawyers could do is what? Go negotiate. You know, like it's probably for sale if the price is right. All right. And but the whole buying of masters thing, we hear it. And we hear it said sometimes from a spite standpoint. There's been other times when people have just done it purely just to collect an asset. When Shaq has Marilyn Monroe's catalog or whatever, is that spite? You know, like that's his business expansion. That's his portfolio. Michael Jackson, you know, he was trying to buy the whole record industry at one point. I don't think it was all done out of being petty. I think it's just Michael Jackson with all this money to play around with. I want that. I want that. Yeah, you see the video of Michael Jackson in the store. I want one of those. I had 2 of those. I'd give me one of those too. That's pretty. Give me that. I'll put that in the truck too. Oh, what is that? I like the color. I want 2 of them. Like, it's Mike. He's walking around with billions of dollars in his back pocket. Michael Jackson had so much money. You could let him walk out of your store with everything he wants without even paying on the spot. Like an old mafia gangster in a restaurant running up a tab or some shit. You can just let him walk out. I will take all this. I'll send it to you. Yeah. It's Mike. And shit, even if Mike doesn't pay you, like I don't mind sending a lawyer to Mike. Like it's Mike. He's got all this fucking money. You know, there's people that they're so rich and they have such relationships or even credit with people or reputations. They can walk into that jewelry store and say, yo, I got a show tonight. I'm finna take this real quick. You know, I'll hit you. I think Lil Baby has a type of relationship with, what's it, the ice box or whatever. I think he could literally just walk in there and be like, yo, I'm gonna take this for the night. Because he spent millions with these guys. And they know I can get to you if I need to, but it's not gonna kill me you walking out the store with this right now, Mike. Go ahead. You know, and I know you're gonna fuck around and send me a tip on top of this shit. Oh, where it was decent. It was decent. Chris Tucker got the best Michael Jackson impression, but did I sound like him for real? Oh, y'all going in the chat? Oh, is somebody gonna clip me? Oh man, okay, look at the chat. Oh shit. I gotta pay more attention to shit like that, which means I should maybe stop. I want 2 of those. But all right, but if Kendrick was to buy from Jay-Z any pieces of Kanye's catalog, all right, number one, it would be a smart business move. It's still Kanye West. Having any ownership of his catalog is a big deal. That's an asset. Any of us wouldn't mind owning any pieces of Kanye's catalog, one of the biggest artists in music history. Be real, okay? So business, you can justify Kendrick, but we know it would be one of them savage petty moves as well, okay? Kanye is out here dissing you, trying to devalue you, talking shit, yada, yada, yada. Kendrick sees it. Kendrick hears it. You know, tomorrow he might be Team Kendrick. It's too late if you're Kendrick. The way he bounces back and forth. Hey, Drake, I'm your friend. I want to talk at your funeral. Hey, Drake, fuck you. I'm here to see the collapse and we got together to all kill you. You know, we got to come together for the remix for the pussy ass nigga, right? Kanye's words. So can't trust him. And if Kendrick, who is now setting tour records out there, decides to take a little piece of his money and say, hey, Jay, man, you know, we both have a very strong mutual friend. And Jay said, know what you're talking about? You talking about that fuck nigga that be talking about my kids, right? And he's like, yeah, I heard you got some of his catalog that might be for sale. Hey, you want 3% of it? You know, get and shoot me $5 million, man. I'll get it to you. And it happens just like that. And then the news headline comes out and Kendrick does it on some boogeyman shit, doesn't even speak to it. And then Kanye goes crying and goes on a rant for a year. Y'all gonna let Kendrick take my catalog right in front of y'all? Yeah. You're gonna let Kim take my kids right in front of y'all? I mean, you're not really looking like a fitting father these days. So, all right. I'm just saying. Right? Pop out on him like peekaboo. Right? And I love the quiet, like pop up on him type of Kendrick chess moves. Right? You see the thumbnail says chess moves. If you caught the theme, that would be a dope chess move for Kendrick to do. When we talk about Brittany, if you heard my take, I think her Muslim faith, no disrespect, just my opinion, unless I see years and years of consistency, and then I'll come back and I'll say, you know what, she was real about it. I believe it's a chess move. I think it's her latest approach. That's the most respectful way I could say it, the word approach. Shedeur Sanders. Yeah, lead that rap chess move. It's not just about the second lane of income or possibly living out your rapper dreams, but your perception right now. You and your father, and the way that they just try to slap you and say, hey, nigga, sit your ass where you need to sit and stay in line, or let's get a movie to the 5th round and then pay you like a 5th rounder. I don't know. I'm not gonna pull his contract up, but it's a chess move. Let me offload this rap shit for a second. Even Lil Durk speaking so positively. I believe him and what he was saying about my family. I'm not really tapped into much, but you know you're calling into a podcast with a streamer, one of the biggest streamers. Akademiks. Chess move. The prosecutors walking into the court saying medical procedure instead of telling me it's a BBL. Chess move. Y'all get it? So, all right. That's how we starting on Monday, people. We're gonna get up out of here. Damn, I thought we was gonna get through those topics much faster, and we still hit an hour. All right. Everybody enjoy your day. We'll be back 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I got y'all.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss, making decisions my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.